Okay, Rod, perfect start for you in your first home game. One home game, one win.
Yeah, it was a great performance. I thought the boys were tremendous, you know, from the first minute to the last. We worked so hard all around the park, and obviously with that type of pace as well, I think it can hurt teams. But I just said to the lads in there, it is early days, but just looking at the little foundations of what we tried to build over the last 6 weeks, I think was sort of quite dominant to say that, you know, anybody comes here, they're going to have to play really well, because our work rate, our attitude, our desire, and there's plenty of quality out there that I think can get this club in the right direction.
Yeah, I think we were. I think from start to finish, really, I think we were at it. I think we was, you know, if the game would have gone on for another 5 minutes on Saturday, we probably would have won the game. And we really took that second half performance Saturday into tonight, and it was, you know, it was a good performance. I think it wouldn't be unjustified to say that we could have scored, you know, 5 or 6 goals tonight. That's no slight on Margate at all, but I think, you know, even trying a neutral reflection of the game, you could say we could have won it by a more comfortable margin.
You said in your pre-match notes that you were going to freshen the side up from Truro after the long trip down there. You brought in Sean Jeffers and he repaid that faith straight away with a brilliant goal. Yeah,
he was top drawer. You know, you can see why he's played in the league. He's top drawer. He took his goal, you know, overhead bicycle kick, which isn't easy. And to be honest, you know, if we look round, my biggest disappointment tonight is that we haven't had quite a few more. And that's taken nothing away from Margate. I think they've turned up here tonight and we've just put on a real display. And it must have been tough for them. And in the end, all they had was a bit of a long ball and try to work off any flicks that the big boys up front could get on the end of. But, you know, if we'd have scored a few more goals, I think it'd have been a complete performance. But I knew this would be a tough game, so I'd take 2-0. And we need to just try and rectify some of the chances that went begging, really, because I'd like to be a little bit more composed on the line without having to, you know, kick every ball right the way through to 94 minutes.
Yeah, great goal. I mean, I think he was outstanding tonight. I think he was man of the match for me. You know, he really exposed their defenders at times, really got at them. And yeah, I think he's great. And I think we're trying to develop a squad here where, you know, it can be seamless as possible if you have to have a squad rotation. You know, you don't want to have 2 or 3 players that can't play. You don't have 2 or 3 players that step out and it be a massive difference in the team. You know, having people like Sean that come on, great attitude, great lad, which we've got a team full of a dressing room full of great lads there.
A little bit of a blow seeing Billy Bricknell have to go off midway through that first half. What was the diagnosis with him?
Yeah, the biggest disappointment is one of our own players that done him. It was Bushy, so that's a bit disappointing, really. But, you know, obviously we have got a squad. I brought Reedy out of the squad tonight, and then you've got Big Walshy there as well that are outside the squad. So, you know, as I just said to Bill, keep your chin up. It won't be long. It might be a week or 2 that he needs. But, you know, we've got the likes of Reedy's to come back in as well. But, you know, it's a bit disappointing that you lose players this time of year already. I think we lost quite a few pre-season, which was a bit disappointing as well. So that's why we need this side squad, because if we're going to do anything, we need people that are going to come in and be able to compete. And we've definitely got good enough replacements in what we've got outside the squad to step in for Billy's shoes. But, yeah, Bill's a big player for this club. And I think he's really buzzing and loving it and enjoying it, which is what we want. So it's a little bit of a shame. He is our captain, but Churchy showed that he'd go in there tonight and he's still putting a skipper's performance as well. So Churchy's obviously now got the armband for a while.
Yeah, you know, of course it was. You know, Billy's the top goal scorer last year. You know, and he's got the armband. Of course it was, but you know, it's down to us as a team to rally round. And you know, you can see look what happened when Shamir come on. You know, really provided. There's competition for places all over the park. You know, there's a lot of talk about our squad being so big in pre-season, but there really is competition in places. Of course, it's a blow. Billy's, you know, is our main sort of man, sort of talisman, as you would say up top, but. You know, we'll have to sort of see how that goes and see as best as we can do without him. No doubt we'll push on.
You brought Shamir Mullins on for Bricknell, and he goes and scores as second in 2 games. He's giving you a bit of a headache now, hasn't he?
Yeah, it's a shame. You know, I'm really pleased with him because, you know, like pre-season, everybody got their chance and he was a little bit goal shy. But I think when you've got the likes of Robbie Wilmots and Bagger Sands and Luke Daly's that can deliver the sort of quality they can, I think, you know, any striker in there has got to be sort of really sort of hoping that they can get some goals for us this year. And, you know, I'd have to check to see if any of them on goal bonuses, because I certainly know that Robbie's not on an assist, which is a bonus. But, you know, the boys have been brilliant, and Sham's just typified. He's come off the bench, great attitude. and you know he scored two great goals. Neither of them goals are easy. I think Shamir scored goals like that and probably missed the tap-ins.
Yeah, he's come on. It's the attitude of the lads, I think, more than anything. I think if the fans can identify with a team that they're trying to work hard and trying to really give it their all, then they might. I think we got the quality. I really do think we got the quality. I would say you could say that the fans might, you know, lack a little bit of quality for extra work, but I really do think we got the quality as well.
And a clean sheet as well, which must be a huge bonus considering the defensive lapses that led to Truro's 2 goals at the weekend.
Yeah, you know, Truro is Truro, that's gone now. I don't want to talk about the first 45 minutes at Truro, I'd like to talk about the second 45 minutes, and I'd also like to talk about the 90 minutes tonight, because I knew that the first 45 minutes at Truro wasn't really what we was about, and conditions proved to be tough down there. I mean, all 4 goals were scored in 1 goal, and you know, I'm not going to make excuses, but it was a game of 2 halves. Today it was an even Steven game, even playing field, and we just show what we've got at the moment. So, you know, it's early. I've been here too long now to start getting carried away. 4 points out of possible 6 isn't a bad ratio. If we carry that through at the end of the season, then we'd be there or thereabouts. But unfortunately, we're only into game number 2. Keeping
clean sheets for back fours, they should really, you know, it's, again, you don't want to talk in cliches, but they should really pride themselves on their clean sheets. You build from a solid foundation. You know, if you give away a goal in them games, they can become tense and nervy, and people start making different decisions because you think about the potential result rather than focusing on the game. Where we just stuck to our task in hand, we was all, you know, at it, kept the clean sheet, and overall it was a great 3 points.
And spirits will be high now going into this weekend's game against Dartford. Do you expect a tough test at home against them?
Yeah, Dartford. We know Dartford. I know Tony and Mo's down there quite well, and their teams are normally, you know, they're quite strong and physical, and you know they're fairly direct and whatever. And you know we put in a good performance against that. I mean, Margate had to go direct in the end. I think we shut a lot of their sort of football off, and in the end it was just coming from the keeper and you know up to. So we've got big enough lads to deal with that. I know they've got some big boys up front, but you know it'll be a different game. It'll be a different tempo. Midweek games always raise the tempo. It'll be a different tempo, and I'm sure Dartford will be looking at us and thinking it's going to be a tough game. And all I can say to the guys at Dartford is we'll make sure it is.
Yeah, you know, I know a few of their players. You know, you expect, you know, they're going to be a decent outfit. You know, I really don't think there's any real gimmies in this league at all. I think they're going to be a good. You know, they'll be physical when they need to be. They'll try and get on the ball and play. We don't know. It's a little bit of a lottery week because no one's really bedded in yet. You know, the non-league merry-go-rounds happened in the summer, so you get some players. You know, it's how they settle in their new clubs, etc. But you know, it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be a tough game. But if we come with the right mental approach, there's no reason why we can't go and attempt to, you know, get all 3 points.